Namaste and welcome to Tridevi Chumandamandir in Denver, Colorado. This is Yamajit, and I'm very glad you're joining us for our Tuesday satsang. Today we're going to be doing a special series of meditations utilizing our visual, auditory, and kinesthetic perceptions. I'd like to start out with a couple of announcements. First, unfortunately, this Friday there will be no puja and satsang. Have some family business. My father-in-law is having surgery that day, but we will resume our regular scheduled programming next Tuesday. And I'll be sharing with you an inner deity meditation. That'll be 7 p.m. And you can join us live on YouTube. And of course, you're always welcome to join us at our temple, 1260 South Xavier Street in Denver, Colorado. And then the following Friday, we'll be doing a concise guided healing meditation, in which I'm going to be sharing this with you both in English and also in its original Tibetan. And that way you can experience the energies of the original chants and also get the full meanings. It's something I like to do a lot when I'm sharing a Sanskrit liturgy. And I'd like to say namaste to Kim, to Bryce, and to Mary, who've just tuned in. And I'd like to invite anybody else who's tuning in right now to say a quick hello using the chat function on the screen. So again, welcome and namaste. So today's meditations are really based on something I learned when I was working on my master's degree in Jungian psychology, and really something I applied during the 8 years where I worked as a psychotherapist. And it comes from the idea that for most of us, this isn't true for all of us, but most people, their visual sense, their visual mode of perception is their most dominant. Coming in second would be the auditory. So there are a great many people who are visually oriented, a great many people who are auditory in their perceptions. That's their dominant perception. And then there are others, and actually I would include myself among those, who are more kinesthetic dominant. So in other words, and this comes from my experience as a teacher, there are a great many people who learn very much by seeing, others by listening, and then there are some that really learn the best with a real hands-on experience. And so we're going to do a couple of short meditations where we're going to be using our visual perception, a couple using our auditory, and we're also going to be utilizing a couple of short meditations where we're going to focus on our physical positions. And that one I'm going to leave very much open to your own choices as to which ones you might want to do for the kinesthetic. So let's go ahead and get started with the visual meditation. And so if you look at your screen, you'll notice I have a Nepali Tanka style painting of Kali. This is actually a now I look at it. Actually, it is a Dakshina Kali. She's leading with her right foot, although the way it's showing up on your screen, she appears to be leading with her left foot. And so what I invite you to do is to find a comfortable seated position where your back can be straight. Maybe roll the shoulders back to open the chest so you can take long, slow, deep, full breaths. But I invite you just to look at your screen with a relaxed gaze. Breathe deeply. Slowly. deeply with your breathing. Focusing on the image. And as you focus on the image, I invite you to simply be open to experience meditating on this image produces for you. So thoughts, ideas, memories, inner messages, emotions, feelings. Just be open to what comes into your realm of awareness. Just be aware of each individual thing as it enters. Observe it from a comfortable, non-attached distance. Acknowledge each impression that comes and just let it go, awaiting the next. So again, we're just breathing deeply, focusing on the image, and honoring what this simple process does for us. Just continue breathing deeply. Meditating on the image. And being aware of the experience it invokes. And then I invite you to take a deep and clearing breath, letting go of the meditation. Let your breathing return to normal. And just take a moment and check in with yourself and just notice the effects of this short. We did roughly a 5-minute meditation. And I'm going to go ahead and switch our image. And with it, I'm going to adjust the camera and the zoom lens. See if I can get in a little closer here. And get it focused. And now I'm going to show you, I'm going to have us meditate on this Sri Yantra image. As my friend and teacher Nafia likes to say, the nervous system of creation. But I invite you now to again resume that comfortable, straight-backed position. Keep a soft gaze on your screen. Breathe deeply. And again, just be open to anything in your awareness that comes up as a result of meditating now on the Sri Yantra. Again, focusing on the yantra, breathing deeply, and just being aware of any thoughts or memories or feelings, messages with this experience. And then take another deep and clearing breath. Letting go of this meditation, letting your breath return to normal again. And just checking in with yourself and noticing the effects of this last meditation and maybe the effects combined with the previous one as well. So now we're going to shift to the auditory. So in our next two meditations, I'm going to do some mantra, and I'm also going to use a different instrument each time. The first mantra we're going to do, I think you're going to find, is very familiar. And I'm going to be using a Tibetan singing bowl for accompaniment. So again, find that comfortable seated position. This time I invite you to close your eyes so that you can focus on just the sound. Breathe slowly, breathe deeply, and just let the mantra and the sound of the bell carry your awareness to where it needs to be at this moment. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. 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 I'm just going to go with the bell. So take a deep and clearing breath, and my apologies for the momentary bout of laryngitis. But just notice the effects of the meditation upon the bell. And keeping your eyes closed. I invite you to continue breathing deeply. And I'm going to attempt another chant, this time using the temple drum. So again, open up your receptivity to the experience. And just let the sound of the chant and the sound of the drum bring your awareness to where it needs to be at this moment. Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhisoha Bhate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhisoha 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 Gate Paragate Sam Gate Bodhisoha Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhisoha Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhisoha bodhi so te gatte pada gatte pada sam gatte bodhi so gatte gatte pada sam gatte bodhi so gatte gatte pada sam gatte bodhi so te gatte pada sam gatte bodhi so gatte pada sam gatte bodhi so te 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 gatte pada sam gatte bodhi so gatte pada sam gatte bodhi so te gatte pada sam gatte bodhi so te gatte pada sam gatte bodhi so te gatte pada sam gatte bodhi so gatte pada sam gatte bodhi so gatte pada sam gatte bodhi so te gatte pada sam gatte bodhi so gatte pada sam gatte bodhi so te gatte pada sam gatte bodhi so gatte pada sam gatte bodhi so gatte sam gatte bodhi so. Take a deep and clearing breath. Let your breath return to normal. Check in with yourself. And just notice the effects of both of those meditations. And what was the difference between the bell and the chant that I just did? The bell and the drum. The chant translates to gone, gone, beyond, to enlightenment. And now we're going to go ahead and shift into the physical, into the kinesthetic. And so right now I'm going to invite you to keep your eyes closed. Get into the most comfortable meditation pose that you're able to at this point. Breathe deeply. And we're just going to meditate in silence for about the next 3 minutes. And again, just be open to whatever experiences being in your favorite position might produce for you.
And then take a deep and clearing breath. Let go of the meditation. Let your breath return to normal for a moment. And just let yourself be aware of the effects of doing something very, very simple and very familiar. Simply deep breathing in your favorite position for meditation. And now I'm going to invite you to shift that position a little bit. It can be as simple as just changing the cross of your legs. Or if you're seated, you might want to try a standing meditation or laying down. Or maybe a different hand mudra. Maybe you like to have your thumb and forefinger together. Maybe try the thumb and middle finger or the thumb and ring finger together. But just something a little bit different in your physical position. Keeping your eyes closed again. Breathing deeply. And just noticing those subtle differences in the experience that comes to you. And again, we'll do this for about another 3 minutes.
And then take a deep and clearing breath. Again, let go of the meditation. Let your breath return to normal. And again, just check in with yourself and just be aware of the effects of this last meditation. And now we're going to do a final meditational exercise where we're going to apply a little bit of what we just learned and what we just experienced. Before we do that, though, I'd like to actually give you a little bit of homework. So there's another level of perception, and really it's the oldest of our senses, and it's the it's the chemosynthetic, or chemosensory, I should say, chemosensory forms of perception. This would include smell or taste. And so I invite you at some point, maybe later tonight, to do some quiet meditation where you're burning one form of incense and seeing what that odor invokes for you, and then burning another kind of incense and just noticing the differences between the two. But when we can get taste or smell into the experience, it just wonderfully deepens that experience so much more significantly. So we're going to do a little exercise where I'm going to invite you to recall a recent event. Because this is your first time, I'd like to suggest that it be something of a pleasant nature, something that happened recently. And later on, you can also try this exercise with something maybe to understand something in your life that happened recently that was a little more stressful, just to gain more understanding of it. Right now, let's just do something, focus on something pleasant that happened recently. And this could be something that happened in your waking life, and it could also be a dream as well, or maybe a meditational experience that you want to explore a little bit more. But I invite you to get back into that comfortable seated position. I invite you to close your eyes. Once again, breathe deeply. And just begin to replay that experience in your mind. And at first, replay that experience like it's a movie, like you're watching a silent movie. You're just watching what happened and doing it from a safe, non-attached distance. Just replaying it in your mind's eye. And then taking a deep breath. And now let this be like you've just turned the volume on watching a TV program. You're reliving the experience, and this time try to be aware of any sounds that accompany the experience. And you could also let yourself be aware of any messages that come from the experience as you replay it in your mind. What is the experience trying to tell you at this point? And then take another deep and clearing breath. And now let's ourselves, as we replay the experience, be aware of physical sensations. Either physical sensations that you remember from the experience or ones that are coming up right now. And you can also include feelings or emotions with this as well. And then taking a deep and clearing breath. And once again, replay the event. Focus on the visual, the auditory, and the kinesthetic together. And if it feels right, you could also add smells and tastes with it as well. And finally, take one last deep clearing breath, letting go of the experience. Let the breath return to normal. Again, just notice the effects of this final meditation. And slowly bring the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Take a moment to give gratitude to yourself for taking part in this practice, knowing you can do any of these meditations at any time, incorporating the visual, the auditory, and or the kinesthetic or chemosensory into your everyday meditational practices. Knowing you can also incorporate these ideas and these perceptions into reviewing recent events in order to learn more about them. And then slowly opening your eyes, keeping a relaxed gaze. Namaste. Blessings always. Thank you so very much for joining me this evening. And Jima, thank you again. And as always, if you practice these techniques and questions come up, or if there's anything you feel like sharing, please feel free to message me at my channel or drop me an email, omcdevi@gmail.com, AUMCDEVI@gmail.com. And I just wish you a wonderful evening. Again, sorry I won't be able to share a meditation with you on Friday, but we'll come together again on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. And again, I want to thank Kim, Bryce, Mary, and Deborah. Namaste, Deborah, for joining me as well, and anybody else who might be listening now or listening to the recording later. Wonderful night. Have a wonderful few days ahead. Again, thank you. Namaste. Jai Mata Di.